Hello my friends, William Poloniak here from Whole Health Foundation, and today I'm going to make some apple juice, and I'm also going to do a little experiment that my wife asked me to do. Now the first step is to cut the apples into quarters. Let's take a look. You can see I've already cut most of the apples in quarters, and we'll cut this one. Now because my wife asked me to press one of these apples without cutting it and without shredding it, I'm going to do that first just to show you what to do. Then I'm going to shred all of these apples into containers and show you how I make apple juice. Now the first thing I want to point out is that I'm using a Whole Health Foundation model juicer. This is the best quality juicer on the market, and that's because it has a solid bottom plate. It has a lifetime warranty return spring, and the plate has a lifetime warranty as well. The pulley and dry belt have a lifetime warranty, and this juicer is made with quality parts. Now notice that we have a front loading feed tube. This eliminates blowback up to your ceiling 100%. You will never get blowback up to your ceiling. The cutter has over 80 teeth cut into it, and this shreds produce 4 degrees centigrade cooler. So let's install the cutter. And then I'm going to show you how I make apple juice. But first, I want to put a whole apple inside cloth and press it without cutting and shredding it, because my wife wants to see what will happen. And as most married men know, you never argue with the wife. Because my wife asked, we're going to put one apple in the middle of a cloth and see what will happen without shredding it. Alright, let's put that in the press. Now we will get a little bit of apple juice, but I don't know how much we'll get. Well, not much juice at all. Now let's advance that all the way. Well, as I suspected, it's not shredded enough. So I'm going to put this through the shredder, and we'll make juice the regular way. Now my friends, as you can see, I took all the pulp that I shred, the pulp that was left over from pressing, and I shred it, and I'm putting it in the cloth here, and I'm going to press it again and see if we get any more juice out of that, and I suspect we will. So let's make a tight package, put that back in the press. Well, we got quite a bit more apple juice. I think that proves that you need to shred the apples to get the most juice out of it. Now the first step of making apple juice is to make the apple sauce, and I'm going to use ball jars to collect the pulp, so we'll put a couple of these apples in here and start shredding them. And we'll continue this way until we're done. Now these are Gala apples. They were on sale, so my wife wanted me to buy them and make her some apple juice. Now it seems to me it's a little more difficult to use, so I'm going to clean the grid in a minute. Take that grid out and clean it. Both sides. And then we'll put it together, reassemble, and continue. Here's the last of my apples. And I want to point out that with the Whole Health Foundation front loading feed tube, you can see in here, and it seems to me that most of the produce, all of the produce is shred, but I'm going to put a little more pulp in here and push through anything that might not be 100% shred. point out that we use bamboo liners with all fruit so that the pulp does not stick to the cloth. And the first thing I'm going to do is clean the grid and the grid holder, put the pulp inside here, inside the bamboo liner, and then bring the feed tube over here and put all the pulp in here. So we'll take the pusher first and clean that off. And then the feed tube. Now I'm going to leave this jar under here in case there's any pulp on the cutter, and there is. But let's clean this out first. Now before I make apple juice, I want to point out that I've cleaned and put the feed tube back on, and never leave the cutter on the motor shaft. It'll rust on and it'll be very difficult to remove. Put it on the top of the feed tube with the hole facing down for good drainage. Now I have the remains of what was in the feed tube here, so I'll take a little more pulp, about half of this container. And then we're going to fold the bamboo liner over in thirds, like so. And then the other direction, fold the cloth over the bamboo liner, again in thirds, just like the cloths came in their package when they were new. And I'm going to make as tight a package as I can, set that aside because we're going to do 2 cloths full at one time. So we'll take another bamboo liner, let's fill 2 more cloths, and I want to point out that we're going to reuse the bamboo liner. You don't use them just one time. They are biodegradable, and when you throw them away, the worms in the ground will eat it up. So we'll put another half container on here. That's about right. Fold that over in both directions. Nice tight package. And we'll press 2 cloths full of pulp at one time, as we did before. And again, very important, centered left to right, centered front to back, adjust if need be, all the way back, back it off a little bit. Now I'm going to use a measuring beaker and show you how we can get 10% more juice. Now so far we've got 48 ounces. Let's take this cloth and we'll open it up and form it into a very, very tight package. As tight a package as you can make. And watch my folding technique, and this is to prevent it from slipping. I'm going to fold this under 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, as many times as I can. And fold it under so there's minimizing slippage. We'll do the same to this one. And we'll put it in the press and see how much more juice we get. Most people would throw this away. And they do that because nobody tells them there's more juice in there. And especially because you have that bottom base plate on a Whole Health Foundation model, you can get 10% more juice, and you can leave the press up as long as you like. So all the way back, back it off a little bit. Now we've already got 10% more juice. We've got 4 ounces. 5 ounces. Put it in the center of the press. Very important to be in the center. Centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit. 8 ounces of juice. Almost 20% more juice. Well, as you can see, my friends, from this batch of juice, I got 3 1/2 bottles, a little more than a half bottle. and enough for a taste test. So let's do a taste test. Well, my friends, before we do a taste test, I'm going to fill this half bottle with water. I'm filling this with 50% water because I want to taste what the apple juice is like 50% with water. So here we go, full strength. Oh, that delicious, delicious apple juice. It's very, very sweet and very concentrated. Oh, I love apple juice. Well, let me taste it 50% with water. Generally speaking, fruit juices are too sweet and too concentrated. Well, here's 50% with water. For me, a little too diluted. I think I would put 25% water for an apple drink. Well, there you have it, my friends. I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to phone me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net. And my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. See you in the next video.